to me. Wow, that was exciting. Okay. I'm out here today because my room is currently occupied by my roommate at the minute, so if you hear background noise, that's all my other housemates. Hello everyone, my name is May, and today I'm going to be doing a wrap-up to the book reading quest, which I was doing. What's it called? Not the book reading quest, it's just called the reading quest. My wrap-up for the reading quest, which was being held by Read at Midnight on her blog, which I will leave in the description box below for going and checking that out or whatever, because she has a really cool blog. Basically, this was a bingo board of characters, and each of the squares had a different book kind of theme that you could tick off. I chose Mage because it had the best thing that fit with my TBR. I kind of made a bit of a TBR for this, but then I also got distracted and read other things like The Hunger Games. Oops. Yeah. Maybe I should move closer to the camera. So Mage had 5 different categories on its first line, bingo line thing, and I did not read all of them. Yeah. Guilty as charged. I'm gonna go in order that I read them. So the first one that I did was a book with magic in it. An easy requirement to fill, I know. The book I read for this was City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, with the gross thing printed on the cover. I can pull it off. I give this book 3.84-ish stars on Goodreads. This was a really fun book, and yeah, I kind of, at the minute, I have just started The City of Heavenly Fire, the last book in this series, and then I will have finished the Mortal Instruments series, and then I can read some of the later ones which I want to read, like finishing Clockwork Princess and starting the Dark Artifices? Is that what it's called? Yeah, the one with Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows. That one. I want to read those ones. Those ones look really cool. But I had to finish these first. So, finish this. It was actually better than I thought, and I made an entire video on that, and I will link that down below, because, yeah, I already kind of have a video on that one, so go watch that. Then, for the second book which I read, the second category I read was a book based on mythology, and that is Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. Now, I know what you're thinking, this isn't based on mythology, but actually, if you go and look what Suzanne Collins originally said when she wrote this, The Hunger Games actually was based on bits of mythology that she had read. Greek mythology. Let me explain. In looking at an interview, I inadvertently realised that Suzanne Collins actually said that she based lots of The Hunger Games off Theseus and the Minotaur. I think it's pronounced Theseus. Anyway, the Greek hero story of Theseus and the Minotaur, where the Minotaur is a nasty monster that every year it needs to be fed with 14 sacrifices, 7 males and 7 females, and they're released into this maze, and the Minotaur is at the middle and they have to try and survive, but the Minotaur eats them in the end. Theseus volunteers and then slays the Minotaur, and then kind of also betrays a chick that tried to help him because she loved him, and he's like, I don't really care. So, it's kind of rings a lot of this, and so given the Hunger Games whole thing happens again in the second one, I decided that that counts as being based on mythology. I gave this book, I can't remember, this many stars on Goodreads. I'll think. I don't remember how many I gave this on Goodreads. The next book that I then read was, I was like, you know what, I may as well just finish it. I may as well just keep going. For the next section, which was reading a book with a one-word title, I went with Mockingjay because I decided I may as well just keep going, and I, started. I gave this book, I don't remember, on Goodreads. This was a pretty good wrap-up to the trilogy. I feel like there were bits of it at the end that I was like, that was a weird wrap-up, and the twist at the end, I was like, whoa, and I was in the silent part of the library going, whoa, and everyone's like, shh. Anyway, I quite enjoyed it. Different to how I thought it would end, but it ended fine. Kind of, I was also happy with the way the ships worked out. That was okay. Originally, I was not on that ship for the first book, but how that worked out, I was actually pleased. It was okay. Yeah. Anyway, I will do an entire video wrap-up for The Hunger Games, because that'd be fun. The next book that I read, which I actually read for the YA Dimmicks book reading club, which I'm part of, was The Waking Land by Corley Bates. I've already returned this to the library because the library was like, give us back our book, and I'm like, fine. So that's already gone. I also don't remember what I gave it on Goodreads. For those who don't know, The Waking Land is a newer release about rebellion and a girl with like land sorcery powers of like manipulating Earth, and it was a very interesting idea, and I did enjoy parts of it, but also parts of it I felt like the first half was written incredibly different to the second half, and like it wasn't, the style of writing in that change kind of jarred me a bit. I still kind of am collecting my thoughts on what I thought, and bits of it, because it was for a book club and I was running out of time reading for a book club, it was a lot faster reading it as opposed to sitting it like really absorbing it all. I was reading it, lots of it, a lot faster, so maybe I just didn't give it enough time of day, but I wouldn't say it was my favourite read, but you know, it was okay. The main character frustrated me quite a lot, so that may have not helped. And then the last category, which I didn't get to finishing, and I'm still currently reading, and I've been reading this book for ages and just keep on not finishing it. It's just continued to be a book that I'm kind of reading and haven't finished. Oops. This category is a book set in a different world, and for this I was reading, / I'm still reading, An Ember in the Ashes by Saber Tahir. I haven't finished this yet, and I don't have an excuse. I don't have an excuse why I haven't finished this book, I just haven't. This book is also about a rebellion, and it's set from 2 different first-person points of view, so it's pretty fun. Wow, I just coughed a lot, and now my face is red. Hang on while I cry a bit. Casually dies on screen. I will at some point finish this, and maybe I can finish this before this video goes up, but I may be very busy because there's mid-semester exams on Monday. Yeah. Physiology. So those were all the books that I read for the reading quest, / read during August, / you know, that one that I'm still kind of reading, and, you know, The Waking Land that sits there as well. But whatever, I was trying, okay, shh. I'm sorry that this video is going up a little bit later than normal, but I kind of wanted the reading quest to be over before I kind of uploaded this, and I also didn't want to kind of upload it too late, so whatever. Anyway. It's just that end of semester, guys. I'm just dying, okay? If you did the book reading quest, please leave me a comment down below, or if you didn't and you were stalking other people doing book reading quests, please let me know, because I'd like to know what other books people have been reading, and if they enjoy doing like the cool RPG kind of book reading thing. I really should have joined in more, but I was just super busy, so I kind of just read books and themed them to things. Yeah. That'll be all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. The next book that I read was... oh, there's a sticker on there of the price. Anyway. August, as well